This is the mid-range battle between Google Pixel 9a and Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. We got a triple camera setup on Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G, 200 megapixel main, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and 2 megapixel macro. While we have a dual camera system on Pixel 9, we got 48 megapixel main and 12 megapixel ultra wide. This is in 4K 30 FPS on Google Pixel 9a and 1080p 30 FPS on Xiaomi Redmi. I think that's it for our audio test. Let the battle begin. On the widest field of view, we got a brighter Pixel 9a and stronger contrast on Xiaomi Redmi. We only have 1.5x on Google Pixel 9a, which is not that wide, while the 1x on Redmi feels like an ultra wide. Pixel 9a has more details on the face and the subject, while the colors are muted on the Redmi and also the details are not so defined, soft, and a bit grainy. On 2x, we will notice that the white balance on Pixel 9a is warmer, again sharper than the competition. We have a cooler tone on Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. Here we may have better details on Xiaomi phone, but it's so aggressive, it produces artifacts on the face and also the skin tone looks artificial. On the ported zoom, we got 3x on Pixel 9a. You got really good skin tone and the combination of details and great exposure, while we only have 2x on Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. On the selfie, you got natural skin tone on Pixel 9a. It is more color accurate than the competition, while you have a stronger contrast and greenish tone on Xiaomi Redmi. Also, the smoothing is a little bit aggressive. We got a really good comparison today. This is Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G versus Google Pixel 9a. This is the selfie video recording, video quality test in 4K 30 FPS on Pixel 9 and 1080p on the Redmi phone. In terms of the field of view, 20mm on Pixel 9 wider compared to the 25mm of Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. This is a 13 megapixel sensor on Google Pixel 9a and 20 megapixel on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. In terms of the differences, we got 1.4x up to 4x on Google Pixel 9a. So you can zoom in and out of the video. It's also wider, so it's a plus, and can shoot 4K video recording. So I think better on Google Pixel 9a. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're testing the rear camera, starting with the ultra wide lens, so 0.5x on Google Pixel 9a and 0.6x on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G, so wider on Google Pixel. We also have 4K recording on Pixel 9a compared to the only 1080p 30 FPS on mid-range Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. I wish on the next iteration, Redmi 15, we have 4K on the ultra wide, because it's nice to have 4K when you're vlogging using the ultra wide. We have 13 megapixel sensor on Pixel 9a compared to the 8 megapixel. Again, inferior resolution on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. I think that's it for the ultra wide. Now let's check the main sensor. Now this is the main sensor test. So we have 4K video recording, proper 4K video recording battle begins on the main sensor. We have 200 megapixel sensor, 1/4 inch sensor on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G, and we have 48 megapixel sensor, 1/2 inch sensor, so bigger on the mid-range Pixel compared to the Redmi. In terms of the video quality and colors, do you see any difference? I think brighter on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G, but let me know your thoughts on the comment section below. I think that's it for the main sensor. Now let's check the zoom. And lastly, we're testing the zoom. This is digital crop on both phones, 200 megapixel main sensor, digitally cropping in 2x on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G, and 48 megapixel 2x crop as well on Google Pixel 9a. Which phone do you think is better in terms of the overall video quality? I think that's it. Now let's check the image quality. We got a high dynamic range look on Pixel 9a, and generally the images on Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus is punchier than the competition. In terms of colors, Pixel is more color accurate than the competition. Also, if you're watching this comparison on a bigger screen, you will see that Pixel 9 has better details and focus. But if you look on the close-up shots, you will notice that you have a creamier background blur on Xiaomi Redmi, but the focus area is wider on Pixel 9a.
Shake it out. Shake it out.
The shadows are crushed on Xiaomi Redmi, and again better exposure on the latest Pixel mid-range. We have ultra-wide and main sensor on both phones, but we got 30x on the farthest room for Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G, and also the macro sensor. We are starting this outdoor video with a selfie video recording, again 1080p 30 fps on Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G and 4K 30 fps on Google Pixel 9a. We can also zoom in on Google Pixel 9a. Let's check the autofocus quickly and look at the sky. Bluer on, or lighter on Xiaomi Redmi and bluer on Google Pixel 9a. Let's check the video stabilization. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're testing the rear camera, again 1080p 30 fps. We don't have 4K on the selfie and the ultra wide on Xiaomi Redmi, and we have 4K 30 fps on Google Pixel 9a using the ultra wide. So 0.6 on Xiaomi Redmi and 0.5x on Google Pixel 9a, wider on the Pixel phone. Let's check the autofocus quickly. And look at the color of the grass. You got better looking colors on Pixel 9a, warmer as well. Let's check the video stabilization. On Xiaomi Redmi, you cannot switch to the sensors, sadly, but on Pixel 9a, you can actually switch to the other sensors. Now let's check the main sensor of both phones. Now this is the main sensor of both phones. I have to stop the recording on Xiaomi Redmi because it cannot switch from 1080p to 4K from the ultra wide to the main sensor. So that's something you need to think of when buying the Redmi phone versus the Pixel 9a. So looking at the main sensor, the exposure, it's actually even on both phones. Maybe a little bit darker on Xiaomi Redmi. Again, warmer tone on Pixel 9a. In terms of autofocus, which phone is faster, and checking the stabilization. Now going to the farthest zoom, we got 6x on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G, and we have 5x on Pixel 9a. Switching back to the main, this is 200 megapixel sensor versus 48 megapixel sensor. Which phone do you think is better? On night shots, both phones are really good. I like the color accuracy on Google Pixel 9a, and we got punchier colors on Xiaomi Redmi. This is a matter of personal choice. We may also see noisier image on Xiaomi Redmi because of the sensor size, and we got a smoother rendition on Pixel 9a.
Another day in the office. I've been warming up, so approach with caution.
On pitch black condition, again because of the sensor size, we got a brighter and sharper Pixel 9a. Xiaomi Redmi is darker, but it holds up pretty well on the sharpness too.
Show you how to work. I roll the sleeves up on my shirt. Built it from the ground. I had to rise some out the dirt.
Watch this, I'ma show you how I do it. Like a pro, gotta hustle, get through it. No sweat, look good when I'm moving. I'ma rise, and this a little. Watch this.
On the ultra-wide, I will choose Pixel 9a and also on the main sensor. But on 2x crop, because of the 200 megapixel sensor, we got more details and maybe sharper on Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G.
And I've been on the way, so you know that I'm fluid. When it comes to the team, I divide even.
Alright, so after the night shot, we're testing the low-light video on both phones. So we have 1080p 30 fps on Redmi, and we have 4K on Google Pixel 9a. So we have a proper 4K on the Pixel phone. In terms of resolution, 13 megapixel sensor, 1/1.31 on Pixel 9a. And we have a 20 megapixel 1/1/4 sensor on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. Also in this video comparison test, we can zoom in on Google Pixel 9a up to 4x. So this is what it looks like on the low-light video recording. I think that's it for the selfie video recording. Now let's check the rear cameras. Now we're testing the rear camera, starting with the ultra-wide lens. So in terms of field of view, we have 0.6x on Redmi and we have 0.5x on Google Pixel 9a, so wider on the Google Pixel. In terms of the specs, we have an 8 megapixel sensor, 1/4 inch sensor on Redmi, a bigger 12 megapixel 1/3.1 on Google Pixel 9a. In terms of video quality, 1080p on Redmi and 4K again on Google Pixel 9a. So I would think that Pixel A is producing better video quality on the ultra-wide. Now let's check the main sensor. Now we're testing the main sensor, so 50 megapixel sensor on Google Pixel 9a and 200 megapixel sensor on Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. This is a proper 4K video recording on both phones. I just noticed on the Redmi phone, we have 1/4 inch sensor on all the sensors, while on the Google Pixel 9a, twice the size on Redmi, 1/2 inch sensor on the mid-range Pixel. In terms of video quality, which do you think performs better in low light video recording? Now let's check the zoom. Now we're checking the zoom on both phones. We don't have telephoto on both the Google Pixel 9a and Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. We're only cropping in 2x on the main sensors of both phones. Which phone do you think is better in terms of the zoom capability? I think that's it for the low-light video test. Now let's check the video resolution. And lastly, we have the battle of resolution. We have 4K on Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 Pro Plus 5G. And we have the same 4K resolution on Google Pixel 9a. Which phone do you think is better in terms of the performance versus the price? Leave your comment down below, and as always, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.